Hello all, this is a Saito tournament against daletterel. I'm 2-1 at the moment. USA in this one. We're already ready to go, and I've got the beautiful blockade D-style combo. I mean, it would be nice. I could do an intervention blockade, but then I have to space D-style anyway. So yes, it doesn't work. I can't also use intervention this round as a result. So that's a shame. But there we go. Remaining application blockade D-style. OG. True man. Purge. I think we just use UNI as a bland 2-op card. Not got Nuclear Test Ban, I've got Purge. The frustrating thing, of course, is that Purge is my only 4-op card. But if they coup Iran, I counter coup with Formosa, they coup again. Purge probably does more work than it gives up ops for me. But I open 4-4-2. Yep. So, yeah, it's Olympic Games, which is worth 1.25 VP of equity or Purge. And we can blockade away D-style, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ops for the entire turn. Nice. Even with the 4-op card in the headline, 12 ops is below average for turn 1, but there you go. Okay. We'll get the log up. We'll get chat down for now. USSR's picking their headline card. So... that's fine. You can see all of what I can see. It's Purge or Olympic Games. Truman Doctrine out of Austria is garbage, so let's not do that. Let's purge them. Even if it costs us 4 ops, it's going to cost them about the same or more. VR. Let's see if they have duck and cover for the coup. Ooh, NATO. And a big coup in Iran. Lovely. Okay, so we will go into Thailand while DEFCON is at 4. And we'll play into Lebanon for presence. This isn't great, but we are obviously ops constrained. So they should now jam Thailand. And if they do, we then coup Iran. We're pretty sure they don't have Asia scoring, because they didn't even bother going for the cheeky Asia drop. Independent Reds is gone, which is a shame. It's just before Romanian abdication. And they'll get Thailand. Ah, coups Lebanon. Interesting. How do we read that? Do we read that they have Middle East scoring and not Asia scoring? Which explains why they went into Iran first. The problem is that we've only got one more 2-op card. Let's take Thailand. And if they coup there, we get the last coup. If they use the China card to coup Thailand, well, at least we've gained the China card. Here we go. Ah, heartache, because we don't have a 2-op card to take Thailand with. Oh man, that's just awful. Oh boy. Okay, well we're going to put one in Thailand, at least. I shouldn't complain, mind. They did only roll a 1. Okay, so they're going to get Thailand. Not a great start to the game, but when you've got a sheaf of 1-up cards, you're kind of stuffed. Right, we're going to coup Iran, and we roll our own one. We'll play into Egypt, UN intervention, and then blockade. Not a good turn 1. Not a lot else we could have done, mind, with 1-up cards. So we'll just wing it from here. Okay, so we go UN intervention 1 into Egypt and hope they don't have NASA. Also pack to end the turn. 2 into Iraq to maintain domination. Oh no, press is on Asia still. So we blockade away D-Style and level up Egypt. Duck and cover protects Egypt from the coup. So I think that's probably best. The alternative is containment because we can then event and fill de Gaulle. But I think duck and cover's straight up too sassy for that. Decol is the worst headline because then they get access to Algeria. Duck and cover. protect our assets in Egypt. And they've got decor. Oh, I keep whistling for the wind, don't I? Well, dang it. Okay, so we deny domination, which actually gives us a chance to play Marshall Plan and continue to deny domination even though they take. Because this way we fill up all the 2-op zones. 4, 5, 6, 7. So as frustrating as taking France was, we can at least ensure that they're never going to dominate. And Europe scoring goes. So we event captured Nazi. We'll space Korean War and de Gaulle. Cambridge 5. Fill Iraq. Pakistan, okay. That's good for us, because we can now take South Korea. And if they have US-Japan, that denies them domination. I guess we want to space de Gaulle and Suez and hold Korean War through turn 3. Rather than have an unprotected Korea come back in the reshuffle. Fidel. Yeah, taking Iraq for domination. That's annoying. So we'll go special relationship 2 into Libya. SocGov, Comecon, NORAD, 5-year plan, US-Japan are the cards. USSR gets 4 VP swing with Indo-Pak War. Well done. So we'll space de Gaulle. Five-year plan discarding Middle East scoring. Just jams Asia. Okay, so we are going to event Suez. in order to tap Thailand, and we'll put one in Portugal. Alas, we didn't get duck and cover back in the. If we'd have got duck and cover, we could have. Or we didn't need duck and cover and 5-year plan, I guess, to CIA DEFCON them. So they've got CIA, US, Japan, Asia. So they can score it at will. They also have NASA. Korean War, SOCGov, Arab Israel, NORAD, Comecon. And in the reshuffle, we've got Fidel, Indo-Pac, and Formosa. So once again, a sheaf of 3-op cards we can't use very well, thanks to Europe being the way it is. So I guess we take the 1 in 6 on India, right? Which still doesn't flip domination, but at least gets us our mill-ops. Rough start to the game. How is the scoreline 0? Because they're about to score several VP for Asia. Okay. We'll go into Pakistani War. One in 6. Whoop. Nope. And Asia scoring drops 7. Real shame I did not get defectors in the reshuffle. Cool, and Panama's the softest. I'll hold SOCGov against blockade. So I'll be spacing Fidel. And trying to space Korean War as well. They may just ditch CIA scoring now. CIA created, CIA scoring. CIA created. They're sufficiently far ahead that getting the DEFCON suicide risk out of the hand isn't a bad idea. So they're having a wee think. CIA, US, Japan, and NASA. They may space US, Japan. With Asia scored, they might just take the ops and use them elsewhere. On to the next challenge. We can obviously stay ahead in Asia through the use of Greece and Turkey and Canada. May want we may want to tap France AR7, AR6. Sorry, we're in turn 3, right? Yeah. NATO again. Well, at least NATO's in play. That makes special relationship more attractive. Coup on Libya? Coup on Panama? A coup on Libya kind of telegraphs Middle East scoring, because Panama's softer. And although NATO makes special relationship playable, we'd actually need to put 3 ops into the UK because they can just tap it with adjacency, which doesn't appeal. Heavy thinking. Okay. So I guess we'll have the coup. The alternative was Libya. But yeah, we'll be looking to space Korean War and Arab-Israeli War here. NASA fine. So we go Comic-Con. That does dominate us in Europe, but I guess they've not signaled an intent in Europe. And we also need to deny them mill-ops, just to try and pull the scoreline back a little. Things do not look good. But there's plenty of game left, and they're holding CIA. As long as we don't give up the China card, if we're holding a DEFCON dropper and... Okay, we'll just put it straight back out. You're going to Saudi? I have to live in hope that we can spear a DEFCON suicide out of them. Three in Saudi seems likely here. Oh no, Romania's Germany overprotect France. Okay, so we use our clean ops to take Greece and Turkey, which puts them 4 ops from domination in Europe. We now will not be tapping France AR6. So Korean War goes to space, Arab-Israeli War goes to space. 4 ops. Spend them wisely. mean, that makes Korean War marginally more playable, but I still don't like a 1 in 3 chance of flipping South Korea and giving up 2 VP for Milops. So I ain't doing it. So there's either going to be an ops war in Europe here, 2 Austria, 2 Yugoslavia, or 3 in Saudi for domination. Okay, fine, goes Middle East. So we space Korean War and fail. Honestly, that's not the end of the world. We want one of these to succeed, but we also want to be able to space liberation theology in mid-war, inter alia. So, you know, OG. An AR6, if we don't get blockaded, we vent and repair SOCGov because we don't want to trigger Fidel. Cuban Missile Crisis in the headline, plus a hand shortener, is super sassy. Cuban Missile Crisis full stop, because then we can walk to Colombia. France and Israel, fine. So we space Arab-Israeli war. Great work, NASA. So we'd really like to not see blockade here. They space duck and cover. So we event and then repair SOCGov. And they're left with CIA created as their hold card. So if we can drop DEFCON on the headline, we will. Turkey, Turkey, Greece. Turkey, Turkey, Greece. So, mid-war. Cuban Missile Crisis, hiding behind the log. That has to be our headline here, because then we can follow up with puppet governments. We don't have a method of shortening their hand, which is less exciting, but we can finish with John Paul as well, although Warsaw Pact's still in the deck. But I think Cuban Missile Crisis is definitely our headline. Puppet governments is hot for South America. Truman Doctrine doesn't do a lot, unfortunately, in France, the way it is. Willie, we can play and use the 2 ops anywhere we like, because we've already put 1 more in, and that's our hand. So Cuban Missile Crisis here. Liberation theology, gross! But didn't play into Cuba, which strikes me as an oversight. Following it up with Shuttle Dip, which, with Asia scoring gone, works for us in the Middle East temporarily, because it's 2-2. Okay, as long as they don't fill Israel, that's fine by us. And puppet governments will go Chile, Venezuela, Guatemala to set up rear lines. Well, that's rather annoying. So we've got a choice here to coup Southeast African states and give up Angola, and then fill South Africa, or take Angola and South Africa. We'll take Angola and South Africa here. If they've got Africa scoring, well done them. AR7, we're eventing John Paul, definitely. Camp David's fine for us. Keep totting up those little VP scores. So that suggests no Africa scoring. We may want to jam can't be in Panama, okay. So yeah, it's a must coup Colombia moment. We'll use Willy Brandt for this. That's fine. We'll use de Gaulle to pump Israel, I think. We want to set up rear lines on Mexico at some point as well, though. So there's part of me that wants to put 3 in Costa Rica. Ooh, PCR. Bonus. Okay, so that's not happening now. Or is it? So if we go de Gaulle, that sets up +1 rear lines, albeit with a 2-op and a 1-op card. So we'd start with Mexico, I think. Five-year plan had to go to space, because they're, of course, holding CIA. Great. Be good. Be oh so good. Ha! That's the opposite of good. Just having a quick look through the... Yeah, I don't think I've missed any cards. OAS! Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess I want both in Brazil. Because Chile's harder to coup. And I've got access to Mexico and Cuba. That's pretty good. You're going to go to Nicaragua? Or put one in Cameroon or Zimbabwe to make sure you've got domination either way there. Either way, AR6 will be probably a one-op coup on Nicaragua or Southeast African states. Zaire, just overprotecting. So we'll go Truman, Ops, hopeful coup on Southeast Africa states. Well, pretty hopeful. And then we AR7 event John Paul. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Didn't keep a 3-op card for blockade. I am so bad at retaining cards for blockade in the mid-war. It's an absolute joke. Oh, VOA. Gross. So, Nigeria. Thailand. And North Korea. Herein lies the problem. If they'd have played CIA in the headline or AR1 of a previous turn, they'd have time to space or 5-year plan VOA and make it slightly less horrible. In the end, it's pretty horrible. If they jam Thailand, we might use the China card to take North Korea. But that was hard for them. We could still John Paul in the headline if we wanted. 2 in Thailand. So, although Asia's scoring's been and gone, Europe's scoring hasn't. We'll event John Paul. Give them the classic coup or repair dilemma. As long as they don't get Warsaw Pact, which they may do. South America scoring is pretty nice for us. Pretty much only Junta is gross in response there. Decol's going to space. We can use How I Learned to deny a coup. We've got Special Relationship, which gives us a moment to... Although, of course, if we drop DEFCON, they just repair Poland. Bear Trap, though, hiding behind the log. What do we hate? ABM, Hunter, Brush are really bad. Quagmire's not nice, but bear trapping them might be fun. Let's bear trap them. Always like to make their life difficult, and bear trap is a pretty difficult card. Hunter, Quagmire. Spiderman.jpg. Let's hope that we have a symmetrical encounter in the traps. That's a bad start for them. We just decall. Do we get... That's gross. Asymmetric... asymmetric traps are not fun to see. It's just not fun. It ain't cricket. So Flower Power goes. They lose a 4-op opportunity. And we'll start by cooing. Zaire. And all we do is clear it out. That's a shame. But we're now going to get South America cleanly. And we've got time to take Poland or South or North Korea. Although a 4-op card, of course, covers both. They've got a lot to choose from. So we've got that going for us. NATO's in place. We do want to event special relationship as well. If they've got Warsaw Pact, I'm going to be very sad. Oh, going Brush on Angola? Or on South America? They went for gold and glory, didn't they? And I think it didn't pay off. Because we can now play 2 into Zaire. And we dominate Africa. Junta. That's a shame for us. Unless they get greedy and go Mexico. They don't. So, gonna try realigning on Chile. Oh, cool on Colombia. Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, now we're at 1. Okay, I'm going to gamble on taking Poland. And 1 into Mexico. Using the China card hurts my parts. But we know we're going to be giving up Southeast Asia scoring for 6 VP here. Central America scoring goes. South America scoring goes. We'll hold special relationship for the next turn. So we'll go Southeast Asia scoring Space Fidel, Brezhnev AR7. Oh, it's AR6 because of the China card. Numpty. In which case I go Southeast Asia scoring Brezhnev. Oh man, ABM. Not good. Here comes Zaire. Oh no, jamming it. Oh, okay. Ah, wants to get rid of CIA. Am I fine with that? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Coup on Argentina. So their last card is Allende. Pretty good. I, alas, have to play Southeast Asia scoring to end the turn. And have none of the scoring cards. Hunter's been and gone. Well, we can use an intervention away Fidel, which is nice. And of course, we need to hold a card against. Oh no, blockade I ditched in a turn one. What a numpty. Can't keep track of cards, which is good for this game. So we can contain, and we'd gain 1, 2. Oh, if we want to use special relationship, how many cards are we eventing? We want to event Nixon, special relationship. Then maybe we want to event Purge. What are they likely to be playing? We Will Bury You, Cultural Revolution, OPEC, Che. They may want to be eventing. But if we purge them, they can't space Colonial or Grain. And a second purge may protect an Africa coup. Ooh, I see they tapped Poland. Let's purge them. What the hey? We've done it once. Let's do it twice. Allende in the headline. They're going to want a coup. And they're going to want a coup Argentina. Well, or maybe Africa because it's an unscored region, of course. So, fails the coup. We are not going to outrace them for arms race. So we go 1 Argentina, 1 Poland, 1 Mexico. That is 7 cards, yeah. Oh, they had Warsaw Pact. Ah, a bummer. A true bummer. But once again, we're behind in Europe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battlegrounds. So I think we'll event Nixon. Take the China card off them. They've still got a whole turn to do something about North Korea, but Yasuri River Skirmish really puts the wind up them. Maybe we'll hold you an intervention against a worse card. We can space Fidel and try and go for the headline peaking. Yeah. Okay. Space Fidel. Headline peaking is on. One small step to event special relationship. And we still need a Millop. We can coup Colombia. So -5 and crushed in Asia. Had to space Yasuri. May still be left with a pretty gross hand. I did actually, that's fine. I don't know if I haven't seen Colonial Rear Guards, Europe, Middle East, Africa, SMB Lads, Loans, Revolution UTI, I haven't seen any of those, I don't think. There's Lee Harvey Oswald. We can get a coup off on that. No 1, please. A 3, fine. Ah! Triggers Che for the sneaky double coup. Okay, but we have containment. And we will coup Saharan states back, because it maintained domination, and also give us access to Nigeria. Good eventing of Che, good setup. We really want Middle East scoring to drop before Asia scoring. Triggering a MIT, this could be good for us. South Africa unrest. Muslim revolution. And we want Africa scoring in. I can just about make the click here. South Africa unrest and Muslim rev. Going for a coup of Saharan states. A one-op coup. You can clear out Saharan states with a 6. Thinking. Still thinking. Oh, good. I assume this is just thinking hard about where to play rather than an omit jam. Shame about Warsaw Pact. All that invested influence, but such is life. It's a risk you take. We've still got tear down this wall to come. East European unrest does some damage. If we can flip Algeria, we've got a huge realign on France. We're still at +2 anyway, but they can walk straight back in. But thinking very hard here. One in Israel. Okay, so they're looking at that. We finish with... We don't need to play into Nigeria, so we event special relationship, get 2 VP, put 2 in France. Right. Okay, so we can UN intervention, we will bury you, which is nice. And that means we can missile envy them. So we got Europe scoring. We will bury you. Missile envy. Culture revolution. U2 incident. Sadat. NORAD and SALT. So they got D-Style, OPEC, LADS, Middle East, Africa, AFP, nuclear subs, grain sales, and colonial rear guards. So, if I've not missed a card, they can only give us Alliance for Progress for 4 VP, or one of their 3 op cards, D-Style or OPEC. And we are peaking, which is handy. OPEC's worth 3 VP, and that's not shabby. But they'll be loath to give up 4 VP. They're also going to have to play Middle East scoring for, unless they take Israel. Darn. So they selected OPEC, so we go Missile Envy. So I also got Salt, NORAD in the reshuffle. So I get AFP for 4. They now have to play Missile Envy. And if they fill Israel, we coup Iran. If they coup somewhere, we play into Nigeria and fill Israel. So if they coup Zaire here, because they're holding Africa. Okay. So we go UN intervention. We will bury you. And we go Nigeria and Israel. We could do use the China card and then play Cultural Revolution for 1 VP because we've already given over the China card. But with the reshuffle and Lone Gunman still in the deck, I'm inclined to space Cultural Revolution and hold it for ourselves. So they could D-Style here to try and fill Africa. Spacing Colonial Rearguard seems best for them. But they've also got grain sales. So, lads. Not enough to get ahead in Israel. But they're going to try. So we'll use NORAD. We've got them in ops. It's just whether or not we can't use Salt for the event or defectors. Fine, that's another VP. And it means that I've not tracked the cards properly. We'll keep trading substandard ops on their part for optimal ops on ours. Optimal ops. Op-ops. And if we're lucky and they keep doing this, we might be able to sneak a domination. Man, the ops and the cards are not the ones I expect to be in the hand, so not sure what's going on there. We'll see how it goes. Sudan and Israel. Okay, so we need to put one in. One, 11, 12. So now we have domination, not quite domination, but with Sadat going into Jordan, we'd have domination in both countries. Although we're going to have to drop. So we're on AR5, and they hold Middle East and Africa scoring. If they drop Middle East scoring now, we get a VP. Okay, great, we get Africa scoring. So we'll use the Sadat op to play into Jordan, which gives us temporary domination there. We're going to have to give up 2 VP and mill ops to hold the China card, but the China card's worth that in a VP swing anyway, so might accept that fate. Okay, so in a healthier place apart from Asia going into late war. Goes nuclear subs. One into Syria. Yeah. We will accept that, will we? Ooh. We have an opportunity to coup Iran with the China card for straight domination. Let's be greedy. USSR's triggered nuclear subs. Oh yeah, dumbass. Yeah, so it'd help if I would not do that. Thank you for the undo action, Saito. Yeah, so we're just dropping Europe scoring and spacing the China card. They drop Middle East scoring for 1 VP. And we reach for the lunar orbit on our AR7. Okay, so dominating in Africa, South America, even in the Middle East, even in Central America, moderately even because of all the non-battlegrounds in Europe. Asia is the problem, but we're slightly ahead in VPs, so a lot of it will be scoring card timing. Okay, so I totally misread the state of the hands. And Culture Revolution also failed. So that's a shame. And we got Asia scoring, which is also a great shame. Fortunately, we have VOA and Cal, so we can drop DEFCON. And we've got Solidarity, which can be evented. So that might be an AR7 play, especially as we can then Truman. So not a shabby hand. The Reformer goes to space. Asia scoring is awful, but we may be able to do something about it with VOA. Ortega is fine because we're not in Cuba. Cambridge 5 is unplayable. Truman is potentially good combined with Solidarność. And those are alright. So Brush War starts. We go Cal. And we will now jam North Korea. Because not Thailand, because they can brush it at 2/3. Still deciding where to brush. Argentina. Yeah, and succeeds. Kudos to them. They're going to want to repair North Korea. Which they do in style. So, I think we keep the pressure on. And we event VOA, taking 2 out of Thailand and 2 out of North Korea. Unfortunately, fresh is all it's likely to be. Because even when we jam the China card and break control of a region, we're not going to flip it unless they underprotect Thailand. And they've got plenty of ops as well. So now's the time to jam Korea. As USSR are not ahead, we can use the Reformer. But we'll do it if they're now down to 2 op cards presently. Super Ops War. Not sure that VP's right. Shutter Diplomacy's been played. And it's still showing incorrectly. It's a question of who loses tempo first, right? If they have to play a bad card, or space something, or avoid Defcon suicide. But with terrorism gone, only Aldrich Ames can kill us now, and Yusuri is still in the deck. They're going to get Millops again this turn, mind. And now, of course, South America is not as rosy. The board's swinging slowly back towards the USSR in late war. Oh, amazing! I think maybe in that case we use Solidarity for Ops. Finish taking Korea. Asia scoring AR7. Ah, I see. Had to avoid Star Wars going off and still manages to break the region. Which, is that a bug? Oh, no, wait. Shutter Diplomacy wasn't in play anymore, so that's fine. So, such an idiot. Truman Reformer Duck and Cover. Iran, Iraq, Iran, Contra. Marine. Oh man, this is a hard hand. 5-year plan. I think we go Duck and Cover. Protect our assets. And if they want to use the China card retaking North Korea, they can. Jeez, tight game, tight game. Turn 9. And now we get purged. How do we like them apples? About as well as the apples we gave them. We now can't go off to space. Which is going to make this turn very difficult. Which makes Marine Barracks bombing a nasty card for us, amongst others. Ooh boy, this is going to be hard. Ooh. So, pressuring North Korea is probably a decent shout, but pressuring Venezuela to try and set up with Uruguay a Spearia line is also reasonable. Lots of options now in Purge, but it's only fair. Purge them twice. Fair's fair. Thatcher the Betrayer. North Korea seems the obvious place to invest. Okay, so they basically do enough in North Korea to say, look, it's up to you to keep putting stuff in there. And they're not wrong. So, I'm going to have to play the Reformer. We're ahead in VP, so they only get 4 ops to put in, but it beats the scoring track swinging and leaving me in a pickle. So obviously if they jam Turkey and Greece, we take one of them back. Okay. We'll go one in West Germany. And one in Portugal. Just realised that's quite a nice play by them because it does make a mess of everywhere. And Europe's unscored. Alas and alack. But that's fine. We might have to do the same thing with Pershing. Oh, ouch. Big swing in the Middle East. Big swing. Okay, at this point we're gambling, so I quite like eventing 5-year plan. Triggering Formosa resolution isn't what I hoped for. Shortening hand's never a bad thing, although most / all of the Defcon droppers have gone. Tear down this wall can be spaced. Of course, in my haste to fill West Germany, I should instead have used Truman Doctrine later on and taken some non-battlegrounds. Maybe I can get them to repeat their mistake with Pershing. But now I'm in a really bad way. So now behind the Middle East, behind in Asia, moderately ahead in Africa, even everywhere else. Not good. And now they jam Venezuela. Very nice. Okay, so we will use Pershing and see whether they take the bait on Germany. But we are in a bad way. South America now dominating as well. All these scoring cards are still in the deck as well. But USSR's done very well at turning the screw in the late war. Getting purged turn 9, of course, was diabolically good by them. So probably missed out playing Europe and then spacing Culture Revolution with Star Wars, but that's life. Fine margins. Ooh boy. Yep, struggling to see a way back in now. It's going to take the mother of all turn 10 AR7s, let's put it that way. I don't see that mother of all turns showing up on time. I'm not sure it requires this level of cerebrality, frankly. I think the USSR is by far in the dominant position here. So, quite the cogitation. Still plenty of time left on their clock, though. We've been playing around 1 hour 27, so if I've used about 21 minutes, that means they've only used an hour 6, so could be here another 24 minutes. There we go. A boatload of ops. How long do you have to think about playing a 4-op card for? I'd really like them to jam West Germany here. Not Venezuela. But Venezuela is the better choice. It's the correct choice, in fact. Very good. We will coup Colombia to set up our failed realign. See if we can coax them into a... South America scoring is fine. We are absolutely toast here. This is garbage. Coup Columbia again. Hey, bonus. We will... Yeah, special relationship's not doing anything. Great. Now we're toast here. The game is over. Let's hope we can rattle through turn 10 promptly. So we event Truman Doctrine and retake West Germany. Not that it matters a great deal. So we're at -4 and we're now dominated in every region except Africa and Central America. Not good. We'll check our turn 10 hand, but I actually have to hand the laptop over in 15 minutes, so I'll probably commit to DEFCON suicide if it comes to that. And they make the 3VP square as well. It's really good. Play ops. After ops, we will coup Columbia again in the hopes we can set up a realign. Well, we can, as long as it doesn't come to... We've got Aldrich Ames, so we can ditch something. Chernobyl Europe and push for Europe control. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 ops to break France. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 ops to break Germany. Yeah, that's not happening. Mm, 4, 8, 4, 8, 11, 14, 18, 21, 23, 25 ops. Let me just work it out cleanly if we don't get interrupted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more for 9, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. 11, 20, 30 ops. 4, 6, 8, 11, 14, 18, 22. Not enough. East European unrest is still in the deck, but they're not going to play that or tear down this wall. Now I kind of wish I played Solidarity earlier, right? Because it could have been the gambit to win. So instead, I guess we Chernobyl Asia. Although we can still level Asia. I suppose we still Chernobyl Europe. But now we're in trouble, right? Going for South America control. Going for the greedy coup in Brazil. No, goes for the domination coup in Central America. Neat. So if we can make Asia 0, dominate Africa, potentially realign Venezuela, seems unlikely. Too much to do. OG. Coup. Coup's Mexican fails. So, we retake Mexico and put 2 in North Korea. They need coup Colombia now to avoid being realigned out of Venezuela. We can't play Che. Reagan bombs Libya doesn't get us anything, and the coup in Colombia condemns us in South America. So, we use Indo-Pakistani War. Not for the event, please. Move up. There we go. We're doing that before Flower Power. Okay, we're still going to jam East Germany. If we can flip Europe for domination our way, we're now even in Asia, but behind in the Middle East and South America. We're still going to lose on the VP tracker, but it probably won't go to final scoring now. And get an AR8. It's pretty sassy. Two in Uruguay here. Ooh, that is a good play in Africa. If they're holding Africa scoring, it's really good. All right. We'll respect them for it. We'll pop 2 in Cuba to try and press for domination there. So now we assume we're not going to flip Europe. We instead put 1 op in there. So it's -1. Israel -6. Africa +4. South America -5. No, with -7 VP, we don't have enough. I am going to commit DEFCON suicide to end the game in a few minutes because the game is lost and I also have to hand the laptop over so my dear wife gets a book group. She's got Zoom. But yeah, there's no way back in here. -7, no DEFCON suicide risk. Oh, had Cuba anyway. Yep. Right, well, I'm sorry to end in Pyrrhic terms, but I'm going to give up the laptop and I'm going to do it on my own terms. So, I'm going to coup with Lone Gunman at DEFCON 2 just to make it really, really spectacular. There we go. Thanks for watching. To end so, but sharing laptops is important in the spousal world. So I'm going to stop there, and I will see you next week for some more games. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you think I could have done something different. I think Space and Culture Revolution to keep Star Wars viable isn't a bad move. And with 5-year plan and the China card, that could have been the way through. Solidarity into Poland, push for Europe control. So lots of chances, but they did well. So good game, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.